Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Resident Evil 6 for the PS4. Resident Evil 6 is a third-person action shooter developed by Capcom. The game features 4 campaigns featuring Leon S. Kennedy, Chris Redfield, Ada Wong and Jake. The game can be played solo or co-op, and the extra content features new game modes like Mercenaries, Survivors and Onslaught, to name a few. So what is the game like to play? Well, for the most part you'll be running and gunning your way through waves of infected enemies. Ammo is plentiful and you can also use some kung fu melee attacks with certain characters. The boss fights are pretty exciting, and when played co-op it's much more enjoyable. You have a quick inventory system which helps speed up the gameplay, and when you go down you get a second chance to be revived by your partner. The game has 4 campaigns which are all different enough. With Chris you'll form part of a special ops team and take on the streets of China to take down a local infected group. Jake's campaign is a bit more action heavy and ridiculous, but balanced off with Ada and Leon's story I'd say you'll be impressed with the variety available. But honestly, it all feels quite underwhelming for a Resident Evil fan, as the game doesn't really resemble the core values of the franchise. It's action heavy but quite shallow and instantly forgettable at times. I love the series, but I remember playing this for the first time and just thinking, what the hell am I playing? Now, looking back, it's not as bad as I remembered, but if you're expecting survival horror then you're not going to get it here. Graphically, it's very nice to look at though, with some varied and cool looking levels and environments, and in particular the set pieces are well framed and it's one of the best looking games in the series. In terms of sound, the voice acting is fine and the general sound effects and music do a good job, but I wouldn't say it's particularly memorable as an audio experience. Okay, what's good and what's bad? What's good? There's plenty to do with 4 campaigns and lots of extra content. The game has some genuinely exciting moments and the co-op mode is good fun. What's bad? The game is very shallow when compared to previous games in the series. The action, although fun, feels quite empty at times. It's more of an arcade shooter than a survival horror game. The story is a bit ridiculous, and in the end it's just another mediocre action game. So what's the verdict? Resident Evil 6 is a bridge too far for the Resident Evil franchise. The emphasis here is far too heavy on action and set pieces. It feels like it loses sight of its creative roots, and instead of being a tense and scary survival horror game, you're left with a decent but generic action game. And it's not a massive surprise that Resident Evil 7 went back to the roots of the franchise, as this game just went way too far in the other direction. Saying that, I still enjoyed it to a degree, but it's not one of the best games in the series. But if you want a decent action shooter then you'll probably enjoy this, but don't expect a typical Resident Evil game. So my score for Resident Evil 6 is 7.5 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.